What's up, guys? Welcome back. I hope everybody had a great Easter weekend. I had some time off, spent some time with the family, and I'm ready to go. I'm going to be sharing with you guys the game that I played last time against the cheater. Now, at that time, we didn't know it was a cheater for sure, but I had a suspicion when I saw their bullet rating, and we're going to talk about that actually a little bit because a lot of people in the comments were giving me a hard time for saying that if somebody's bullet rating is so much lower than their rapid rating, that's a problem. So we're going to talk about that. And I have some really interesting, brilliant moves to share with you guys from the week. You're going to like some of these, trust me, and I'm saving the best for last. So first things first, let's talk about the cheater. So this was the game, and you guys might remember this. It was the Caro-Kann. I played my gambit, which this gambit works really well for me most of the time. But if you're playing a gambit like this against a computer, obviously it's going to turn out badly because they're going to know how to defend, right? So we go here. I sacrifice the bishop to open up the king. My knight jumps in, and the best moves here are actually queen d7 and queen d6. Now, my opponent played a move that I don't think I've ever seen before, which I think I said it in the game like, that's strange, because I've played this gambit a lot against strong players, and pretty much everybody plays queen d7 or queen d6, like 80 to 90% of the players, right? So when I saw queen a5, I was like, well, that's strange. It's actually the third engine move. It's not a bad move, but it's not as good as queen d7. Okay. And then from here, for like the next, I don't know how many moves in a row, they were either playing like the top engine move or occasionally the second or third, but mostly top engine moves. So engine move says to run the king, engine says knight a6, engine says take it, engine says take it, engine says go here, put your king back there, go here, take this. Okay, fine. Basically, they're playing really great, right? The time usage, okay, a little bit questionable, but nothing really crazy. And then all I did was try to survive. Okay, I just tried to survive. That's all. I mean, it's -5, right? I mean, if you're playing against a computer and you play a gambit, you're going to get into a bad position. So I was trying to survive, and I noticed that their time was getting lower. And right here, up to this point, every move is an engine move or one of the top 3 engine moves. Right here, when they get below 1 minute, it's like the engine moves disappear, and immediately they make a mistake. Sorry, right here, which I was able to capitalize on. Do you guys see why this is a mistake from black? What's up, Steven? What's up, Ryan? How you guys doing? All right, so the reason this is a bad move is because I can actually take it with my queen, which is check. They have to take me back, but now I can take their queen, so I essentially win a piece, okay? Now, black is still winning if they find this really interesting idea of rook takes g5 and rook h8 check. My king is actually trapped, and I would have to give back my bishop to survive, and then my king could run away, okay? They didn't see that, and they were just kind of playing random moves at this point, not engine moves, and I ended up winning on time, essentially. They did get this ending, which, by the way, they had 11 seconds. A strong 2400 is probably going to see the idea here in about 2 seconds. Like, this is a really simple idea. Give up your rook and bring your king over here because you don't want to, allow white to get a queen. That's it. And they didn't see that. They did not see that idea. They did sacrifice the rook, but then instead of bringing their king over and just winning the game, they just let me get a queen, right? And so very strange. And you could just see the time pressure there. I mean, they blundered their queen. They didn't even see that they could have taken my queen. Like, just a lot of little things here at the end, kind of like, yeah, this doesn't seem like a 2400 rated player. Okay, so that was the game. I ended up winning on time, I think. Now, let's check their profile. So here you can see bullet rating 1650, rapid rating 2350. This is what was very suspicious when I saw this, right? I had quite a few people commenting and saying things along the lines of, well, Nelson, I'm like 1200, in bullet, but I'm 1700 in rapid. And so why are you complaining about the discrepancy? So let's talk about that. 1200 in rapid, 1700, flip that. 1200 in bullet, 1700 in rapid, right? 500 point difference. Here's the big difference, in my opinion. Learning chess, okay, is on like an exponential curve. So when you first start, you're like terrible. You're like 200 elo. And then you learn about controlling the center, developing your pieces, and castling before move 10. And your rating like jumps up 200 points because you learn those 3 things. And then you learn like not blundering your pieces, and maybe you learn about knight forks. and you just jump up a few more 100 points. Like at the beginning, that's how it works. You learn a couple of things and your rating goes up a lot for the most part. There comes a point when that curve starts going the other way, where you have to study and study and study and study and study a lot to even just go up a little bit of rating, okay? Once you hit like 2,000, you're pretty much on that area of the curve where like every little bit, it's just a lot of work. So a player who is 2,400 in Rapid, they have been there, they've hit that peak, they have to study, they have to learn a ton of stuff, right? That probably means they're going to be a relatively well-rounded player. And so that is why when I see 1,600 bullet, 2,400 rapid, I'm like, yeah, that doesn't make sense. 1,200 bullet, 1,700 rapid is more believable. Like that seems fair to me. But the 1,624, it was just like, no way. So anyway, that's my spiel on that, okay? So that's what happened. That's how I beat the cheater. Basically flagged him, survived long enough till he stopped using the engine and then beat him at the end. Okay. All right. Let's look at some brilliant moves, and you guys are going to appreciate this. So here we go. It's white to play. What's the move for white in this position? All right, if you had a chance to look at that. Knight takes f7. So this is a key idea. When you're trying to attack the king, particularly with light square pieces, so the bishop's on the light squares, the queen is on the light square. Of course, it can attack dark squares too, but you're trying to kind of attack a certain color of squares. A lot of times getting rid of the pawn that defends those squares might be just the sacrifice you need, and that's what happens in this game. So I took here, I took this, which actually was a mistake. Apparently I was supposed to trade here first, which is better. But it's a bullet game, so cut me some slack. I threw in the check. I went here. I captured on h6. The idea is if you take me back, I now can take here with my rook. They didn't. They took here. What did I play in this position? White to play. This is kind of a tricky move. See if you can find it. All right, so the move is rook takes f6. Now, why is this such a cool move? You're pinning the queen, first of all. The next thing is they can't take you because the bishop's actually pinning the pawn. Okay? And it's defended by the queen. And even if they take, you could still take with the queen, for example. And it's still pinned. So that pawn is basically useless. I think this is what happened in the game. Yeah, it did. And then they went there, and I ended up, I think, winning. Yeah, they resigned. Okay. So rook takes f6, nice move. That didn't get a brilliant move, but that was probably a cooler move than earlier, in my opinion. All right. Next one. It is white to play. I'm trying to attack the king, but it seems kind of defended. What do we do? All right, it's kind of the similar idea, right? We're attacking along the light squares, but it's defended. So what do? Well, we eliminate one of the defenders. And then the queen comes crashing in. And here's where it really gets cool. King g8, what do you play now? White to play and win. All right, if you had a chance to look at that, this is a variation of the smothered checkmate. It's queen takes e6 check, forces the king in the corner, and now the knight comes in for checkmate. This is cool. It's not exactly a smothered mate because there's not three pieces around the black king. You're using the queen, but still, this is really neat. So I think they resigned before I did it. They resigned right here, I believe, yeah. But that was what was coming. All right, so congratulations if you found that. Okay, next one. All right. Actually, this one I'm just going to show you. This was not a brilliant move. This was just a bullet game that I played that I had 100 accuracy. I had 100... Actually, I can show you. Check this out. Bullet game, 100 accuracy. That's pretty cool, right? Now, the reason I was able to do this is because I've studied this opening and I knew exactly what to do. Most of it. I knew what to do for most of it, and then I figured out the very end part. So, by the way, Chess 5's Academy is coming later this month, And this Ponziani course is going to be inside Chess5's Academy. So if you want all the lines, just make a note of that, okay? So let's take a look. So e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, and then c3. Okay, this is the Ponziani, where we want to play d4. My opponent plays knight f6, one of the main lines, and we go ahead and play d4. Anyway, we ignore this, and the reason we ignore that is because we're going to counterattack this guy and then jump in here. So it's actually just a pawn trade. And they fell for it and played an extremely logical looking move, which is actually a blunder, d6. This is like the most natural looking move on the board, right? You want to let your bishop out. You want to attack my knight. You don't want to let me shove this forward at some point and blockade all your pieces, so you play d6, right? But it's a blunder. And the reason it's a blunder, bishop b5 check. Okay, so this is the line that I talk about in the Ponziani course, and I knew this. So all of this was, I didn't really have to think. Here, I knew that the reason we do this is because we're going to capture, and I knew that if they would have taken me, of course I can take here, and we end up with this nice little triple fork. And actually, fun fact, on bishop d7, we're not going to take the rook. We're going to take the knight. Why? Because this is going to cost me my bishop. So I gain 5 points, I lose 3 points, net gain of 2 points. Or I can just have a free knight, net gain of 3 points. I'm going to take the 3 points, right, instead of the 2. However, my opponent realized what was going on and tried to move queen to b6, which threatens my bishop and threatens, don't forget about this, checkmate. So I knew I had to be a little careful here. But I saw that this was check. So I'm like, okay, that's a safe move. And I knew that if they would take me, then they no longer have a checkmate threat. So I'd be able to get a queen. For example, this. Okay. They played king d8. What do you do now? White to play. What do you do now? What's up, Rob? How's it going, man? What do you play here, guys? So the move is knight takes f7 check, and it's almost checkmate. So that's one reason. But the more important reason is you're forcing the king onto this square so you can go with the follow-up. Now, for those of you who haven't seen it yet, the follow-up is taking this. But you have to be careful. Now, here's where it's interesting. I have a setting on chess.com that when I promote a pawn, it automatically makes it a queen. The reason I have that setting on is because when I play bullet, like I was playing here, you have 1 minute for the whole game. You don't want to be wasting precious time selecting, okay, I'll get a queen, right? Because you're like 99 out of 100 times, you're going to get a queen. So you just turn the setting on. It just gets you a queen. The problem is in this position, if I get a queen, black checkmates me. That's great that I have 2 queens. I lose the game. So if you have that setting on, you have to hold the Alt key, which thankfully I knew about, and I did exactly that. And so instead of getting a queen, I captured, got a knight. Remember, you can get any piece you want, and here's a good example of when you don't want to get a queen, because it's check. After they move the king, guess what I'm going to do? Take that pesky queen so I don't get checkmated, and now I'm up a queen and a whole bunch of pieces, and I win. So, you capture, under promote to a knight, 100 accuracy, and you win the game. That was pretty cool. So I thought I would share that with you guys. Auto knight promote. Yeah, I don't think that's the setting. That would be funny if it was just knight. Just to get a knight. Yeah. Okay. So very good. Very good. Will I cover candidates? No. Unfortunately, nobody watches when I cover candidates. I thought we were going to try it, but people just don't. They don't care about me covering candidates. So I try it every time, and every time I'm reminded, nobody really cares. So we're just doing the normal stuff. Okay. Also, by the way, Cinderava is going to just win. So there's nothing really to watch anymore. He's just going to win. Okay, I said it. There you have it. The last one, guys. This is maybe one of the greatest moves of all time. Not here. We're going to get to it. We're going to get to it. But this is a really cool game. So you guys are going to appreciate this. Okay. I seem to be in trouble in this position. Black has just pushed the pawn forward, and if you look carefully, my knight seems to be a bit trapped. Okay, the queen is covering here, the bishop is stopping here, the pawn's also... My knight has nowhere to move. White to play. What's the move? All right. If you had a chance to look at that, well, since we're going to lose a piece anyway, we may as well sacrifice, get a brilliant move, and open up the bishop, which is what I did. Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys. My first reaction was, okay, move the knight. And then I was like, I can't move it. All right, let's sack instead. So I was sort of forced into a brilliant move, you could say. All right, so we come up with the rook. I want to use my rook to attack is what I was thinking. They bring their knight in. I trade it. And I brought my queen out. Now, queen to f6 is played. Keep in mind, this is a bullet game. I have 44 seconds on the clock for the rest of the game. Up until this point, we're on move 17, which means I'm playing about 1 second per move on average. So I'm not thinking a lot, but it's white to play, and there's only one move here that keeps a strong advantage for white. Can you guys find it? All right. I don't know how you guys are so smart, but a couple of people have already found the move. This is maybe one of the greatest moves I've ever played. It's just such a crazy looking move. Rook to f4. Now, it's crazy because, well, for one, it's just a free rook. There's a rook. And the other thing is, this doesn't look like checkmate initially. I mean, yeah, it's check, but it looks like he's going to run away. It's kind of like, are you really going to give up your rook? And I decided to go for it after, 5 seconds of thinking. Turns out it was the best move. It's a brilliant move. And black is lost after this move. They're just completely lost. So my opponent, I think, thought for 23 seconds, which is an eternity in a 1 minute bullet game. And they took it with the queen instead of the pawn. I took here with my bishop, which forces... And the reason I took with the bishop instead of the queen, by the way, is because I didn't want the king to run away. I didn't want the king running over to the open spaces over here, right? So I took with the bishop to force the king back in the corner. Then I went here, because now, if you go back, guess what? The bishop is in position to stop you, and it's just checkmate. Which means the only thing you can do is block with one of these pieces, which they did. And I just took it. If you would have blocked with the bishop, I also would have just taken the queen. I still have checkmate here, so it's over. They resigned at this point when their queen is gone, and I still have all the pieces over here. So really nice move, in my opinion, rook f4. Yeah, glad I found that. By the way, the brilliant move counter is not even close to being accurate. I played a whole bunch of bullet the last several days. I got lots of brilliant moves. I was just not recording them all, so I apologize. Who knows what the actual count is? We're going to just keep it at 164, because I'm not going to go back through like hundreds of bullet games and find them all. But anyway. Candidate Master is higher. Yeah, Candidate Master is higher than NM. Yeah. What? The insights page tells you how many brilliant moves you have? No. Are you serious? Where is that at? I did not know that. Where's the insights at? Stats? No. Oh, insights. I see it. I see it. Average accuracy, results by opponents. Wow, that's interesting. I do better against 2,900 than 2,800. Okay. Where's the brilliant moves at? Where are the brilliant moves? Near the bottom. Okay. I don't think I've looked at this in a long time. I sort of knew it was here, but it was probably like a year ago when I looked at it. So they may have updated. Oh, brilliant moves. Overall, 852. So I have to change it from all time to this year. Okay, hold on. Let's go to the top. Where's the, okay. Date range. I see. Custom range. Custom range. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Sorry. Custom range, here we go. January 1st, 2026 till today. Set. Okay, that's pretty cool. I did not know they had, that's pretty cool. No, it's, why does it say 80? It says 80 brilliant moves. What's wrong? What did I do wrong? Let's see. Oh, I'm on bullet only? How do I set it to all? Okay, well, we're going to have to play around with this next time because clearly I'm doing something wrong. But 55... Oh, you have to add them up individually. I see. Okay, so maybe I will update it. Thank you for sharing that. I actually did not realize that tracked your brilliant moves. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Okay. All right. Having said that, it is time to jump into a game. No, we're not 25-55. We're not playing bullet. Sorry. We are 24-74. 24-74. Here we go. Quick reminder. I pinned the comment there, guys. You can get the newsletter absolutely free. It's like 2-minute lessons straight to your inbox. I've gotten a lot of good feedback from people saying they're just great, quick little tips. So definitely check that out if you haven't. It's pinned and it's in the description too. Okay. All right, here we go. 10-minute games, 24-74. Can we approach 2,500? Tenacious player. Let's go. Okay, we're going to play the Smith-Morra. Hopefully they accept it. Let's see. Yes, that's a good sign. That's a good sign. Okay, bringing out the knights pretty much every time. Bishop goes on c4 pretty much every time. Castles, queen e2. Sometimes these moves are a little different, but I think against this setup, we can just go with the standard approach. Far as I remember. Yeah, queen e2 should be fine. They're going to play, I guess, the bishops like this. Rook d1 and bishop f4 are usually the continuation moves here. Unless black does something weird. Nope. Okay, let's go rook d1. Line up on the queen. This rook generally goes to c1. There are some exceptions where you don't always go for this setup. I have Mark Esserman's book, which is by far the best book on the Smith-Morra. He's an international master who basically played this a ton and studied all the theory and put it into a book. I don't use like 90% of the book because I'm not the type of person who can just memorize like hundreds of lines. But I did look at like the main variations and try to fill my mind with like the key ideas, right? Like what are the main ideas that you have to remember? Queen a5, that's a weird move, I think. I don't think that's the normal move, but it's probably not a bad move because he does get away from this. I think a3 and b4, though, is a plan in this system. Also, I could just attack the pawn and potentially take it, but I think I'll go with a3 and b4. Now, b4 immediately would probably just be a mistake because he could take it and take the rook, most likely. Okay, but what I'm going to do is go bishop f4. Now, it's a possibility, and we're also attacking the pawn here on d6. Interesting move. So first things first, if we take, what happens? Got to move my bishop. We could throw in b4. There is this. We could take with the queen. And then what happens after something like queen c7? We can also just move the bishop away from the knight. Takes and go back. Takes b4. Queen c7. Then go back. Do I like that position? Then we're going to have some nice threats on the queen. That's kind of cool. Maybe we should do that. Maybe we should do that. We'll play b4 here. Important to note, I'm not losing a piece here because my queen is defending the bishop. But I am going to have time to get... Oh, actually, there's b5. Ooh. Did I mess up? If I go back b5, I forgot about b5. Actually, no, we could just sack. We just sack. Hold on. Bishop d7. Rook c1. Rook c1. Let's say the queen moves. We take, they take. Well, that's a really interesting position. The alternative is I go back to d2 and move my bishop, but that looks way too passive. There's no way I'm doing that. Let's be honest. There's no way I'm doing that. I'm probably going to go here. I'm probably going to go here and sack my knight. That's probably exactly what I'm going to do. The other thing I didn't consider is letting him take, swinging the rook over. No, we can't trap the queen, though. No, I think we got to sack. That's probably the best option. We have to sack it. Now, the other way we could sack with the bishop first. Then the knight would jump in. Queen moves. Nah, I think he's going to get away. This way, though, check. Bishop d7. I don't know if he's going to get away. Rook c1. Queen moves. Bishop take. No, we'd have to trade or play a4. Is he going to get away? Ooh. What if we sack again, then bring the other... Okay, yeah, this is getting spicy. It's getting really spicy. But this is how you have to play. You have to play the Smith-Morra this way. There is no question about it. No question about it at all. Bishop d7. Definitely feel like I should go here. But like I said, there is the idea of takes, rook d1, rook d8. I'm going to be down a lot of pieces. Rook c1, queen b7. What happens? Rook d1. If he just castles, I think we're good. We take that and we probably have a nice position. So rook d8 takes, rook takes queen b5, king d8, takes, check, queen here. Man, maybe it's too much. Okay, the other option is we just take and play queen b5 right away. If rook b8, I think we can sack. Takes. We're good. If he tries to castle, we're good. Yeah, maybe that's the simple thing. Maybe that's what we do. Takes, queen b5, rook d8, rook c1. Yeah, that's got to be it. This has got to be the best approach here. So the idea is we don't want to let him castle. Got to take with the knight. You have to take with the knight. What are they thinking about? Okay, so they can't castle because of this. So rook d8 or rook a7. But then I might even be able to just take this. We do have the 2 pawns, you know? We do have the 2 connected pawns here for the knight. If they castle and get away with it, they're going to obviously be better. But if they don't castle, the rook is out of the game for who knows how long. We're in business, okay? So that's what we have to focus on. Not letting them castle, keeping the pressure up, looking for fancy tactics. For example, rook b8, rook d7 is a good one. If they take my queen, I take their queen. If they take my rook, I take their rook. They go here. Okay, so I think we go here. Alternatively, I leave the rook and just start pushing this guy. Because the problem is now they're going to castle, right? That's the problem. Rook c1, rook a7. If I take... No, we can't take. We can't take. a4. Okay, I guess I can't stop them from castling. Well, I may have messed that up. I guess I just push this then and keep the knight from coming in. Then they have rook... No, they don't have rook b8. So they're going to move the knight. a6, rook b8, a7. No. So a4 castles, a5, knight f6, let's just say. Then I take here. Okay, I think this is our best chance. We have to push the pawns. We have to push the pawns, guys. I don't know. Maybe I messed up. Maybe I messed up by allowing this b5 and forcing me to sack. It seems like I have decent compensation, although I could be way off here. Okay, I think they're going to go knight f6. Although it does let me take this, so maybe they won't. If I can get f3, bishop f2, bishop b6, or somehow get this bishop in a better position. Also have to watch out for the back rank. This is a big threat though too. Actually, no, it's not. It's not that easy because if you go here, you lose the piece. So they're going this way. Do I go back and push it? Any reason to not do that? I like it. I like it. Generally speaking, you want your pawns side by side. They can support each other. They can help each other. That's when they're most dangerous, I think. So this is what we're going for. We have to watch out for knight c5, though. So I might wait. No, now might be the perfect time. This is a bit dangerous. b6, though, is a strong move. Oh, actually, it just defends. What am I even saying? It just defends the pawn. Yeah, this is great. This is great. Obviously, this is hanging, but I think this is more top priority right now. If I can get b6 in, or maybe... Actually, I'm not sure how to do this. We're going to have to kind of just keep an eye on that. If they take me, I guess we just take back with the rook. That's probably a safe pre-move. I can play h3 and tuck my king away. I can just grab the pawn. I don't know if they're going to go bishop c5. They do. And are they going to just sack this and try to play an endgame? Well, regardless, it's probably my best option at this point, so we'll play it quickly. Queen b7, I have queen b5. Queen a6. Okay, they are going to sack. Okay. Oh! I literally said I had to be careful about the back rank. I did not see that at all. I did not see that at all. I mean, I saw it when it was too late. Not like this. Not like this. 95.5. Okay, they must have studied the Smith-Morra themselves. They must have studied it more than I did. Let's check that Queen A5 move. Maybe that was theory. I don't know. I mean, I guess there's not much you can do against that accuracy. Yeah, is Queen A5 a move? Let's see. Okay, Queen A5 is in the Masters database. It's just not common, which is why I was surprised. Not common at all. And apparently the move for me to play is knight b5. Attacking this right away with the knight. I don't know why I didn't consider that. That's what I needed to do. After a3, a6 is good. This is the best move. This is the best move. I mean, yeah, they played a perfect game. I can't do anything about it. Actually, this was not the best move. F5 was the best move. So not a perfect game, but they played a very good game. Yeah, and I just blundered into that. If I would have saved my rook, played rook e1, we could have fought on. We could have fought on. So the big takeaway is on queen a5, I need to play knight b5. And then I guess most people here are going to castle. And then I just take my pawn back. And the game goes on. Something like this. We trade. We play f4. I don't know. If they check me, I have bishop e3, so that doesn't really make sense. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Ryan. So Chess Vibes Academy, it's going to be a collection of courses. A lot of the older courses that I had from my previous site are going to be in there. Some of the newer ones, like the Ponziani one that I mentioned, is going to be inside of Chess Vibes Academy. And there's going to be a monthly, we're calling them boot camps, but it's basically like every day you get a video with like some homework, and so you sort of participate for a week, and then we have a live stream at the end where we all kind of come together and we talk about, okay, what did we learn? What problems did we face with the topic that we were trying to learn? You ask questions, I go over it, we'll probably analyze some games. So like a bit more of a community where we're all kind of trying to learn together. And that's going to happen every month. So there's going to be different ones. Like the first one's going to be on not blundering. The next one's probably going to be on tactics, maybe like 50 tactics you need to know, something like that. Next one's probably going to be on making plans in the middle game. And so every month there's going to be a new topic, and that's kind of what it is. So it's a work in progress. I'm going to be getting a lot of feedback from everybody who's in there in the beginning, but basically like a community where we learn together and we do these boot camps. And then there's like just kind of courses that are there that you can just take when you want. It's going to be like a membership, but much cheaper than breaking 1,500. So the exact price, I don't know yet. I think it's going to be around like less than $20 a month, probably something in that ballpark. So, yeah, good question. That's what it is. Have I played this guy before? No, this was the first time I played him. I've not played this person before. Very strong player, but I didn't put up too much of a fight, I guess. Anyway, let's check their bullet rating. I bet it's going to be pretty high. Yeah, see? 2350. That looks like a normal bullet rating for a 2400 rated rapid player, right? Okay. Let's go to the next game, folks. Here we go. It's okay. We lost 9 points, but I just needed a little warm up. Now I'm feeling pretty good. Okay, I've played this person a few times. Here we go. G3? What? I'm going to play E5. Okay. So against this, I think we'll push by. It's a very powerful bishop, but I have a plan. Let's just trade. I don't want to get into trouble with that pawn, so I'll just go ahead and take it. And then I'm going to just develop my knights quickly, I think. I think that's a nice, solid thing to do here. Are they thinking about letting me trade the queens? No, surely they're not going to do that. I'm expecting this move. I'm definitely expecting this move. Okay. Let's bring out the knights, like I said. They want to play d4. I see that. That's fine. That is fine. We could attack this pawn. b3, I would expect. We couldn't actually go here. Now, here's the thing, guys. This move, if I can get away with it, it's going to be the most annoying move I could play. I think I'm going to do it. The reason this is so annoying is because if you're white, you want to push this pawn. You want to get your bishop out. And my queen is just kind of sitting there in the way. And I'm attacking all kinds of stuff, so you have to watch out for that. It's just annoying. Yeah, it's so annoying, they're actually going to double up their pawns to get rid of it. Okay, we'll take it, bring out the knight. Of course, they can mess up my pawn structure, but it's going to cost them the bishop pair to do it. That's a trade that usually these guys are not willing to make, giving up the bishop pair. But we'll see. Maybe they will. If they do, I'll recapture, obviously. Is Chess Vibes Academy through YouTube? No, it's going to be on a separate platform. It's on a separate platform. Yeah. It's where Breaking 1500 is. So for those of you who are in Breaking 1500, you'll see it. Actually, if you're in Breaking 1500, you're going to get like free access for a month or two in the beginning. And if you bought the Scandinavian course, I think we're giving you free access to it for like a month. D4. Okay, so what I don't want to do is make their life easy. I don't want to make their life easy. I'm going to go check. I would like to castle right away. I'm going to go check. And I think I'm going to castle. And if they want to take this pawn, fine. I'm going to be able to get it back. So let's do that. They really want to use this rook. So 367, 367. So we're even material. The pawn structure is very strange. Lots of imbalances here to work with. I have the bishop. Also have these weak pawns, but I have this I can attack easily. I also have some stuff here that looks easy to attack. My knight. Also, the bishop might be able to take advantage of some of these diagonals. I'm not sure which ones yet. You signed up for the newsletter a week ago. Yeah, so we just updated it to where if you sign up now, you should be getting an email the next day. But in general, they go out once a week. So yeah, if you don't see it, you might have to check your like either your spam or your I don't know if you use Google Gmail or what you use, but like I know in Gmail it kind of like separates. There's like 3 tabs at the top, and a lot of times it'll throw it in the promotions tab. So you may have to check there to see if that's where it is. Okay, we've got him thinking. We've got him thinking. They're definitely not going to take this. They're probably going to castle or disconnect. Oh my. Not expecting that. Wow. Wow. That's 9 points for us if they don't reconnect. Yikes. I mean, you hate to get it like this, but 9 points is 9 points. That's the 9 points I just lost. We're back to starting point. Yikes. Yikes, yikes, yikes. Okay, I don't know what happened. Some internet connectivity issues for the opponent, unfortunately. Let's see how we were doing. Yeah, we both were playing fine. Nobody had really made any significant mistakes. Stockfish said it was totally equal. And Stockfish said this was the best move. Interesting. I was going to play knight g4. Stockfish would have actually tried to defend this pawn with the rook. Not a move that I even considered, but I don't know. I guess I was thinking I would just keep attacking it or take this. I guess if I take this, I might get into trouble. My knight is kind of... No, it's fine. It's equal. Rook d8. It's equal. It's equal. Okay. Let's just keep going. Well, we got our points back. Here we go. 24-74. Let's try this again. Let's try this again. 1VR11 from 2020. I'm going to play just like a... Oh, London? No. I don't know what to play against the London. I don't play against the London, guys. Let's play decent. We'll just do like a King's Indian setup, maybe. I don't know if this is a good idea or not. I don't know. Yeah, it's a Jobava London. Yeah. Okay, I'm thinking here, guys. Okay. I got to be careful. I know that much. Got to be real careful we don't walk into a trap here. I think there's some e5 shenanigans that it's very dangerous for us. So I'm going to be a little bit more cautious here. Let's play knight c6. Try to get the pieces out before I go for bishop g7. Of course, if they push, I probably will just go back, which you might think looks absurd, but the point is, as soon as they push, they've committed this pawn forward. So then the c5 and e5 squares are open for my knight, and I'll probably just reroute and take advantage of that. So yeah, it costs us a little bit of time, but it's probably a smart idea. Okay, now I think it's safe to go bishop g7. Because e5 now, it seems like I've developed enough to deal with it. Yeah, they want to come in here. They want to attack me, which is fine. I think I'm going to delay the castling just a bit, though. Just a bit. Let's play a6 for now. If they play here, I have a decision. Do I take it or do I castle? The issue with castling is if they throw Harry down the board, I don't know if I like that. Which is why I think I might actually just take it. Play b5. Dun, 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 dun. We have bishop b7. If they go here, we always have rook g8. If they go here, we just take it. Actually, do we take it? Oh, hold on. That's a dangerous situation to be in. That's a real dangerous situation to be in. So maybe I need to play e5 here. Or something to get away from this. Yeah, e5 actually I don't like. Hold on. e5 is a problem. We got to deal with e5. Let's think about this. Here. Still have that problem. Bishop d7. Ugly move. I guess we play e5 ourselves then. Because then if they take us, we take. f4. We have knight g4. That's not quite as scary. I think we could orchestrate some attacking chances. Yeah, let's do it. Let's go e5. It also gives me a nice square for my queen to sit. Queen e7 to get away from the rook. I'm sort of playing with fire here, playing openings that I don't play often. So I got to be really careful. But if we can get past this opening phase, I will feel pretty good. Okay, knight f3. So I'm thinking we go queen e7 here. Like I said, I want to get away from that. Also adds a defender. Knight to d5, we can always take it. And if I can get bishop g4 and castle queenside, I think we are set, guys. I think we are set. To get away from all the weaknesses over here. Yeah, so that's the plan. If they take that away with h3, I'm not sure what we do. Maybe just bishop d7. Still castling there. Actually, yeah, I might be threatening knight g4 now. Although queen d2 kind of defends everything, but then they would be back there. Yeah, they might play h3 here. They might play h3 or bishop c4. On bishop c4, I think we just continue with the plan. Bishop g4 and castles. Queen g7, my plan is always going to be rook g8. Notice how the knight defends the rook defends, attacks the queen. The knight also defends the pawn. The queen defends the knight, so everything is defended. So they kind of just waste a move and they have to go back. They do play h3. So bishop d7. Now, why, question for you guys, why am I not going with bishop e6? Just wondering, should I take this? I think we got to get this bishop out. I think we must. Did anybody see why I'm not going bishop e6? You're walking into a pawn fork. You cannot do that. That is a bad mistake, so we're not going to go there. Okay, so the plan is simple. Get the king to safety on the queen side and continue the game from there. We've got our pieces out. We don't have too many crazy weaknesses. So this is good so far. Hey, there's a fork. Good job, guys. Very good. Very good. Okay, they're jumping in with the knight. I think we are obligated to take because any other move looks awful. Let's go ahead and do that. Okay. Now I'm obligated to move my knight. If I take, they take, I take. We're not getting pinned because you can't go there. If they move the bishop out, then we can castle. Ah, they could sack here. That's interesting. They sack, they want to pin me, but after I take, they pin me, I have bishop e6. And then when they take, I can castle. And we're probably relatively equal. Now, the other way to do it is what? What's the other way to do it? Move this. That doesn't look very good. I think we have to go for this line. So, let's take it. Let's take back. We might see bishop a6 here. But I don't think it's a huge problem. Queen g7. Okay, well, this one, do I even just have queen e5? If you take me, I'm just a clean pawn up. If you don't take me, I'm defending everything. You have to go back where you came from, and I castle anyway. You can't pin me. I just take it. Checkmate. I think it's a big mistake. Okay. They must have missed this one, guys. They must have missed this one. Okay, so we're going to be up a pawn, and No queens. This is great. This is like best case scenario for us here. Will I be playing in any OTB tournaments soon? Good question. I don't have anything planned at the moment. If I do, I'll definitely let you guys know and maybe do some recaps or something. But nothing right at this moment. OTB chess, guy, it is a different animal than playing online. Like online chess, it's like, you play a game, you go get something from your fridge, you play a game, if you need to go to the bathroom, you just go. You want to step outside after a game, take it, you got to just go. When you go to OTB tournaments, you're like sitting at the board for like hours, thinking and thinking and thinking. And if you're unlucky enough to have your game go till the time is about to expire, as soon as you end, you have to go do it again because the next round's about to start, And so it is, he does go back. Interesting decision. Yeah, so they just wasted a move. Essentially, I got this move for free and another move for free. That's a useful move, and now I'm going to castle, also a useful move. So, big mistake by the opponent, giving me 2 free moves. And I think there's no reason to not just castle. So let's do it. So we also are threatening this pawn. Bishop is now ready to probably come out. Rook's going to come to the file. Yeah, this is great. So he tries to defend. So I'm thinking of this one. Alternatively, rook e8 to stop the rook going there. I would sack my queen probably for 2 rooks. So rook e8 could be an idea. Yeah, let's do it. I don't want to overthink this moment, so let's just put a rook there. I don't want to get too low on time. I think that's how I would lose this game. So this can't be a bad move. Maybe it's not as good as queen here, but I mean bishop here. Okay. Yeah, and now I'm thinking this. Because he's going to take this pawn back, and I want to be able to trade and invade on the 7th rank if that happens somehow. Whether it's a queen trade followed by a rook here, I want to get my rook on the 2nd rank. Bishop obviously is stopping me. That's why I want to trade these bishops. If they take and go queen a5, I don't think it's a big deal. We just take. They could check me. I just run, and my queen is actually doing a great job of defending everything. Now, they could play rook e1 now. I'm just noticing. They could play rook e1 now. You know what? I wonder, guys. Could I get away with bishop c4? Ooh, sack the queen. We are going to get 2 pawns. Ooh. This is just the type of position where you could probably get away with that, actually. Let's do it for the content. Let's do it for the content. No, I actually think it's a good move. I actually think it's a good move. But the point is, these pawns are going to be very annoying in the center. And if I position both of my rooks with the help of the bishop, what is the queen and rook going to do? You can't take the pawns. This is all you have left to work with, essentially. So I think this is a good decision, actually. We will find out. The key too is that my king is safe, relatively safe, right? If my king was exposed or something, that's a totally different story. But if the king is safe and there's no real way for them to attack me, that's why I think we're fine. D6, I'd have to make a tough decision. Do I take it? Kind of opens up the king. Oh, they go with F4. Okay. So I think that's a pretty straightforward move. We just defend. I got to keep this supported. I don't want to lose these pawns. My bishop's very good, too. It's a very powerful looking bishop now. And this is about to be a pass pawn that's going to be hard to stop, especially if it has support. If I'm able to get this, for example, this gets captured and we get these pawns supporting it, very dangerous. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. I kind of expected something like that. I think we just take it. Because you can't pin me. If you push, I just push by. Although b3 is interesting. I'm going to lose the pawn. I think we should go c5. Now, we have to be careful, though, because queen a5, actually. No, we can't play c5. Okay, I guess I have to take it. That was maybe a good move. That might have been a good move. You got to be a little careful here. I'm going to position the bishop where I know it's going to be safe and also protect my king. It's going to cost me a pawn, but I think it's worth it. So then I get my other rook into the game. Yeah, and then I can start pushing. Yeah, I think it's worth it. Because if we go here, takes, push, if we get the pawn there, I think we're okay. Oh, he takes. Interesting. Didn't expect that. Okay. Still similar plan here. He wants to go here. I see that. I see. Ooh, that's a smart idea. Wow, that's a very smart idea, isn't it? Did not see that one, guys. Okay, we're going to have to give up a pawn. We're going to have to give up a pawn. As long as I get my king to safety over here, I think we're still okay. I think we're still okay. Now, if he's able to get his rook here with the queen, obviously we're going to lose. But if I get my king in the corner, I'm fine. Okay, I think we're okay there. Defend the pawn. Save the rook. Threaten something. What? Super interesting, isn't it, guys? Super interesting situation we have here. Don't tell me this is going to be a draw. It might be a draw. Man. It's going to be a draw, isn't it? No, he doesn't want a draw. He doesn't want a draw. my brain, okay, my brain was looking at this move, and then my brain was like, yeah, it was a queen move, and it was almost there, so I just did it. I didn't expect him to just play an awful blunder. Like, this should never have even been an option. Why would you go there? This is 100% the move that everybody's going to play. They're going to go here. They're going to try to come in, so you need to block it, right? This is what should have happened. Then he was going to do, I don't know what he was going to do because you can't go there, somewhere else, and then I was going to go check, and the game was going to go on. Guys, I cannot believe that just happened. Queen D, are you kidding me? How? Dude, I'm going to guess their bullet rating is not very good because that was yeah, 1900. Come on, dude. If I would have known, I'm going to have to start looking at people's bullet rating. Like, you got to expect the obvious queen blunders. I mean, it wasn't even like in my mind that he was going to go there. And so my brain was just like, yeah, it's a queen move. I just... Okay. That one hurts. That one hurts. Oh, I didn't look if the queen sack was any good. Well, maybe we'll check after. I don't know. I'm too tilted to look. I'm too tilted. Probably was a mouse slip. Possibly. I expect it was just a blunder. I mean, he's 1900 at bullet. That might be one of those cases where, you know, just not a great bullet player blunders something obvious. I was so sure he was going to play queen c5 check. I was so sure of it. Like, I basically pre-moved it, even though I didn't pre-move it. My mind was sort of like pre-moving, like, as soon as you see the queen move, you know, put the bishop there. And I couldn't stop myself in time. That's what happened. I have an idea here. I don't know if it's a good idea. He's going to castle. And my idea is to throw these pawns forward and attack. The question is my position solid enough to do that? Because c5 is a real thing. I could play bishop e3 first to kind of prep. Yeah, let's go bishop e3 first. Okay, now he plays c6, so now maybe is a good time we throw these forward. Okay, so what's the point? Well, I want to go h5, and I want to take, and I want to checkmate with the h file. I think we just go back here. The other alternative is I sack this, then play... No, let's not do that. Let's keep the bishop. This is a good piece. We want to keep that guy. We could sack the knight, though. The knight's not as important. So on b4, we could consider h5. Yes, we could. The point is, this doesn't really matter, and if I get this in, I have to be winning. If you take me, let's just say we take. Yeah, let's go. Let's go, guys. Let's go win some games. Come on. Come on. Oh, that last game. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Should have slowed down. He just gave me a free queen. Man. So if he takes the knight, we take here and we go for this king. Which should be doable. With the bishop lined up, the rook lined up, the knight, the bishop, the queen, we should have plenty of pieces, I think. It's going to get interesting if he takes this. Because then I would have the option to actually save my knight. For example, if knight takes, we could consider something like knight e4. Which I probably will do. I may actually sack the rook first and then go knight e4. If he takes with a pawn... If he takes with the pawn... Ooh. Ooh. If he takes with the pawn, I think I could play this really wild move, knight e4. Takes. Takes. Check. Check. Mate. Wow. Okay, so I think we could get away with that. So yeah, this is super interesting stuff. So maybe he will take it. And then what? Try to survive somehow. But how are you going to survive? I don't know how you're going to survive. I don't know how you're going to survive all the brilliant moves that are coming your way, buddy. Okay, let's see. Let's see, guys. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, is there bishop g4? Oh, bishop g4 might be a bit of a problem. Hold on. Bishop g4 is a very annoying move, actually, that I did not consider. I might have to go for it anyway, though. I might have to go for it anyway. All right, so we're taking advantage of the pin. This guy is not scared. He just wants more pieces. He just wants more pieces. Well. Well. Of course, I would hate to have to play rook b1 here. We could do it, but that's going to be the last move that I consider. It's too bad we can't get the queen here quickly because the square is covered. If I take a rook, he takes a rook. I don't have anything, right? Bishop h6 takes. No, we don't have checks. That's the problem. We don't have checks. Queen d3. It's not going to be good enough. Man, I'm going to have to play rook b1, aren't I? Okay. I think it's too much. The reason it's too much is not so much that I'm giving up a rook, but that he's literally getting a queen and pinning my queen. Right? That's the big issue. You can't... You need your queen to checkmate. If it was just sacking a rook somewhere over here, you know, I wouldn't care as much. But that's why it was a problem, the queen. I think we had to do it. Okay, bishop e6. Whoa. No, something about this does not look right. I mean, option one, I just take it, right? Just take it. We have a pretty nice game. Play something like bishop h6. Option two, I take his rook and then take back, or take and then take his rook. Either way, I think we take. Okay. Now it's a decision of, do I want the rook or do I want something else? Still kind of tricky, isn't it? Still kind of tricky, guys. We could go for the queen over, which I do like. We could go for the immediate trade. We could be greedy and take that. We could plant the knight here, but then knight d7, I don't like knight d7. I'm thinking it's going to be queen f3, but then knight d5. No, we just take. He takes, and we go queen h. Wow. That fascinating. He tries to run. He does run, actually. I feel like I'm missing something, guys. I just don't know what it is. What am I missing? I mean, this is such a slow plan. I'm really not down that much material. In fact, if I take this, I have a rook for 2 knights, which is not such a problem. Okay. If you don't see it, I think you should just take the material. Okay, let's take the material. He takes with the queen. I'm probably just going to castle and pin the knight temporarily. And then take this back. I just couldn't see how to make that work. So I guess we play the long game here. The end game with the rook against the 2 knights and see what happens. Should be fine for me because his king is basically long-term weak. Weak long-term, whatever I'm trying to say. We can trade these rooks, that's fine. Then our queen's going to invade over here, I think. Still have his knight pinned. Yeah, this is pretty interesting. I feel like my king is a little safer because I've got the 1 pawn. Technically, normally you would say the 2 knights is probably a little better than the rook. But without the king safety and with the queens, I don't know if it's a big... I think it's pretty equal. I think this position is pretty equal. The time is not equal. That's the biggest problem, though. The time is not equal. He wants to fix his pawn structure, which is fine. I'm going to chase it away, though. Queen b8. Yeah, I did just think about that. Just thought about it. So end game or not, the king's safety is more of an issue with queens on the board. So let's leave the queens on the board, right? Oh, that's a pretty good move, actually. I didn't see that one. Uh-oh. Maybe I have a5, though. Let's play a5. Actually, I probably can play rook b1, too. Or a6. If he ever takes me, I take here. No, I don't. No, I don't. What am I saying? I don't know what to do, guys. I don't know what to do. Ah. Gonna take this. What's my play? What's my play? C4? Is that a move? C4 a move? I gotta get the queen over to the king somehow. Maybe C4 is the way. Maybe C4 is the way. Don't want to let him trade queens, though. You have to take this way. If I take with the... It's not what I wanted. Not what I wanted at all. Yeah, I think we're going to lose this game. I had to take it. I had to take... That's actually good. That's actually a good result. Because of the time, that's a very good result. Even though I was probably winning, there was no way I was going to figure that out with 4 seconds on the clock. Actually, no, it was a draw anyway. So, yeah, that's great. He did blunder at one point. There was one moment where we were winning. Yeah, Stockfish doesn't like it. It doesn't like it. Yeah, knight takes f8 was the best move. So at least I did the right thing. Yeah, they just defended well. And then at the end here, it got really tricky. So it looks like a free piece, right, guys? It looks like a free piece, but it's not. Because what he's going to do is take me, fork me, and have the 2 knights. Now, apparently, I should have gone with the 2 knights instead of the bishop and the knight. Excuse me. The way that I did it, yeah, bishop's actually much more powerful than the knight. I kind of messed that up. Thankfully, they gave it to me here at the end by giving me this pass pawn. That was a gift. And then they let me push it, which was another gift. And oh, guys, that's so obvious. There's only one piece in this position that can stop me from getting a queen. So all I have to do is go take it. That's it. Go take the piece. Doesn't matter. Get a queen. I win. Oh, no. The time situation again. I mean, it's definitely findable, but I just needed a few more seconds there. Okay, yes, queen sacrifice from last game. I did say I was going to look at that. We'll check it quickly. Queen sacrifice from last game. Was it good or bad? I'm also curious, was this queen g7 move a blunder or not? I think it was, but let's see. Yes, queen g7. Big mistake. And I can't believe this is the game that I lost, too. After this awful move, too. Like, this is just one of those games that you know you never should have lost. Anyway. Wow. It's actually ever so slightly better for me to go here. But this only gives white a very small advantage. They played the best move, though. They played all the best moves, actually. Wow. They found the exact way to do it. Wow. Oh, that's interesting. That is really interesting. Huh. Well, anyway, I don't want to go down a rabbit trail that I'm about to go down if I keep looking at that. It's apparently I had a much better move. Let's see. Just taking the pawn. Just take the pawn because this check is not scary because you just play bishop e6. And then you castle next move. Because what I did is I didn't actually get the pawn right away. And he was able to defend it. And the game went on. But then we went down that. Yes. Okay. Okay. So the queen sacrifice was okay. Really, my mistake was not taking the pawn earlier. I was too worried about this. And I should have just taken the pawn. Okay. All right. Let's go. Not having a great day today. Not having a great day so far. Let me just do a quick check here. Okay. 2021. Hopefully it's fine. Let's play this one. Bishop c4. We'll go with f3 against knight f6. b5 is a good move. That's a good move. Not very many people play it, but I think it's like the top engine move. I think it is a good move. I'm not sure why the engine likes it. And I'm also not sure why most people don't play it, but it is a good move. Yeah. Yeah, this is a good line for black. Okay, we're going to take back. Bishop f5. Okay. Keep some pieces on the board. We'll go back here. Bring out the knight. I guess I should go hunt down the bishop, or should I just castle? Maybe I'll just castle. And maybe now I'll go bishop f4. Trade these guys off. Doesn't want it. Okay, let's go queen d2. Maybe rook e1 or rook d1. I could play a4, but then that's kind of awkward. Here, let's trade first, then play a4. Now, if en passant we take with the rook, we have a target. And so the position looks pretty solid for us here. We can probably just swing the rooks to the middle and be relatively okay. I have an 80% win rate against the Caro-Kann. That sounds about right. That sounds about right. 80% win rate. So he's got me pinned. That's annoying. He's got me pinned. I don't think we should leave that. Let's pin them. We'll pin the pinner. When you're pinned, just pin the pinner. That's the new phrase. That's what all the cool kids are doing. It's not really a pin because I'm not stopping him from... I don't even know what I'm saying. All right. He could sack for the 2 rooks for the queen, but then we get an extra pawn out of the deal. That's actually probably okay. He doesn't want it. He doesn't want it. I'm tempted to just go back because I don't want the knight coming in here. I don't want the knight coming in here. If he takes me, I take with the king to keep the rook defended. Yeah, let's do it. If he goes for this one, then we trade. He's going to play rook. He's going to trade and play rook c8. What am I going to do about that? Well, I'm going to take back. Definitely going to take back. Oh, no, he goes for this one. Okay. I don't like my position, guys. I don't like this at all. I think we're getting outplayed. I think we're just getting outplayed here. What can I even... I can't even move. What can I even do? He's just going to take this and win all my pawns. Guess we have to try knight d4, but I just feel like this is not a good position. He's gonna take this. I can't take with the knight because of that, so I have to take with the pawn. So he's got the pawn majority. That's one thing for black. But the other thing is these are just like sitting ducks for this bishop. We're gonna have to try some tricky knight c6 and hope the tactics work out for us. I don't see what else we can do here. Let's go for it. Knight c6. Now it's got to be the time. Should I throw in this trade? I should absolutely, because he's going to go here otherwise. I absolutely should throw this in. Oh, that's why he played there, because he wanted... Wow, this guy is thinking of everything. Well, we got to make the trade still. We got to make the trade. So he can save his knight, but then I'll save my knight. So, for example, knight c5, knight e5. He gets a pawn, I get a pawn. I don't like this guy is going to be a pass, but we just have to deal with it. We have to deal with it. Obviously, we can't afford to do that because we lose our knight. So here we go. Not to mention, I'm going to lose a second pawn, I just realized. We have to play b3. Let's go here. I am still threatening that. Okay, he saves it. Now I can take the pawn, though. Yeah. Now, I don't like that I'm going to get pinned. But can I get away with it is the question. Can I get away with it? So for example, he goes here. I take it. He's going to try to attack my knight because it's pinned. So for example, knight d5, knight d7, knight c6. So it's going to take him 3 moves. So he goes there. I go here. He goes there. I go takes. I have b4. I'm sort of fine. If he takes me, I take it. So, okay, let's try it again. He goes here. I go here. He takes me. I take him. He goes here. He's coming next move. I have rook a4 because I got rid of the knight. He attacks me. I move, and I'm okay. So I think I'm okay. I think I'm okay, unless I miscalculated something. The key is to get rid of this knight, which I can do quickly. Because once the knight is gone, I can play rook a4. It's no longer a pin. And my knight is free to move around. Okay, so this is the key. So let's go ahead and just come up since he's giving me the option. Oh, he wants to go back. Is that the plan? So maybe I play knight e2 here. And next move, rook a4. Then I take away this from him. So rook a4, then we no longer are pinned, and we can safely move our knight. That's the plan here. Yeah, he's going for it. He's going for it. So there we go, rook a4. I just take it. I just take it. Or move. Either way. What are you guys talking about? Why didn't I take on b4? Could I have taken on b4? Oh, I could have taken on b4, huh? Didn't see it. Yep, didn't see it at all. So if we take, he takes back. We got to deal with this. We have knight to d4. He moves his rook. We take this, e5. It's not so bad. Alternatively, we go here. No, I think we do this way. Now, I could also consider... Can I consider that, actually? I was going to say somehow stopping him from playing e5, like with f4, and trying to run the king over first. No, I'm going to go ahead and get this pawn. Play rook c4, I think. Okay, so this is good. This is good, especially if we trade rooks. He's not going to trade rooks, of course, but this is good. Oh, if I push, there's knight here, actually. It's not good. So what's the move? Do I go rook c3? Rook d3? Knight is coming over. Rook e3? Takes. That's a dead draw. Oh, guys, I messed up. Why did I do this? Why? If I'm not careful, I will lose. I messed up. Okay. I gotta take the draw again before I lose, because it's about to happen if I don't watch what I'm doing. He's gonna go here. I'm gonna go here. He's gonna take. I'm gonna take. He's gonna take. I'm gonna take, and it's gonna be a draw. That's what's gonna happen. And there's no way around it. There's no way around it because I'm gonna just lose the knight otherwise. That's smart. See what he did there? That's very smart. So he's going to be the one up the pawn, and I'm going to be the one trying to get a draw. Now, why he didn't take it, I don't know. Why he didn't take it, I have no idea. Unless he didn't see the idea there. That's weird, though. That's very strange. Okay. Maybe he didn't want a rook ending because he thought he wasn't going to be able to win it. So he wants to keep the knights on the board. It's the only thing I could think. But if he lets my king out, then I'll probably win. So he might just be going back and forth. Interesting. He's trying to take it with the knight. I see that. Wow. This guy is sneaky. That's interesting. So if I go there, he goes there, I go there. Yeah, he can take with the knight. Yes, so that's exactly what he wants to do. Wow. I don't think I can stop that, can I? Okay. Okay. I need to get this knight not pinned, like ASAP. Because that pin is killing me. It is killing me, guys. Okay, I'm going to try to go here now. Then I can move it, I think. Nope, I can't go there. Okay. So he wants to do that. So I'm going to... Now I can safely go here. Also, I have ideas of bringing my knight over here. If I push my pawn, bring the knight. Okay, we can't let him do that. So we have to make a run for it. Check. Can I go up? That's the question. Check. Takes. Yeah, I should be able to do that. So we'll run up on the check. Yeah, otherwise I'm going to play like h5 and bring my knight. He's trying to stop me. Okay, let's go h5. That's a useful move. Basically, the plan is to put the knight on f5 and try to be annoying here. Even though he's up a pawn, it's kind of hard to push his pawns. He offers a draw. He offers a draw. I mean, I should probably take it. But I do really like the idea of knight here to f5. I really like this idea. Because this is actually pretty dangerous. Unless he plays rook b7. Now I have other ideas like checkmate. Yeah, this is really fascinating, actually. Hmm. Yeah, okay. My chances of winning go away as soon as the knights are traded. As soon as the knights are traded, they go away. He's got g5, though. Oh, we're so close, guys. We're so close here. He's got g5. Or g6, I guess. I think he's going to see it. I'm still trying. I'm still trying here, guys. Still trying for the win. I'm still trying. I'm still going for it. No. He's gonna get. Oh no. Oh no. Not like this. Not like this. Not like this. Oh, I thought I had checkmate. I thought I had a checkmate. Guys, what am I doing? I had a win? What? That's what I wanted. Why? Why? Wait, no, it's not my turn. Wait, when did I have 95? Hold on. Oh, right here. Yeah, right here. I did. Yeah. We do all that. I don't take the draw. I go through all that trouble, and then I miss the win. I'm noticing a pattern. I'm noticing a pattern. You know what the pattern is? The pattern is I'm low on time every game. So the only way to fix this is to do a bathroom gambit. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, why would a bathroom gambit help me not lose on time? Well, it's because I don't have a lot of time to work with. So I'm forced to make quick decisions. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make quick decisions. Like a queen e7 and castle queenside. Line up on the queen here. If you want to take me, that's fine. Here we go. You want to take me? Go ahead. I'll take your queen off the board. Ooh. See? Bathroom gambit. Works every time. Works every time. Let's go. Let's go. Okay. Thank you for the queen. We got him. We got him, boys. Let's see. If I take here and check with the queen, that looks pretty good. How many pieces does he actually have? Dun, 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 dun. He has a rook and a knight. Okay, yeah, we're great. We're in great shape. We could also take here and jump in over here. Knight f6 looks reasonable. Since I have to make a quick decision, we're going to go with knight f6. Now I can play rook d8 if I want to trade here. Take this pawn when I'm ready. Probably with the knight. Can also push Harry over here and get to the king that way. I mean, we have a lot of good options here. We have a lot of good options. This guy was playing like a bullet game, though. Walked right into my little trap. Walked right into it. Dun 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 dun. I have to believe my opponent is not happy with how this game has gone. This is just what I needed. I needed like a quick win, build some momentum, gain some confidence back after the losses we've been facing. Okay. Probably we just take it. Oh, he has a pin, though. He has a pin. I got to be careful. We can get out of the pin. We can get out of the pin with a little sneaky tactic. Check and move the knight. He plays rook e1. I think we've got him. Takes, check. Good game. Thank you very much. So he's not going to fall for that. He's already fallen for too many tricks. He's probably going to take his time now. I don't know what he's going to play, though, because I have a great position. Yeah, we literally just have a queen for a rook and a knight. But the bonus that white's king is a little bit vulnerable. Which opens up all kinds of tactical opportunities for us. Okay, I'm going to just take that. Uh-oh. Did I fall for a trap? Did I fall for a trap? I mean, it looks like I can just move my queen, though, actually. Looks like I can just move it here or here. I think we're okay. I think we're okay. So now I'm the one with the threat here of taking and checking, which forks these guys. Although he does have rook f4. No, then we have g5. Yeah, so he stops it. Sort of. I still think I maybe should take that. Then the king is real weak. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, then I could play g5. He has to go back h5, h4. Yeah, I love it. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go get him. You can't take because of the triple fork, and you are in trouble. f4, I take the rook. Rook f4, I take the bishop. So he goes back there, which is fine, except for the fact that... yeah, he wants to bring his rook over and invade or do some shenanigans. So I have to stop that. Maybe c5 is a good move, although rook e4... check. It's tricky. It's tricky. I think maybe I should trade off a pair of rooks, except I can't do that. Check. I can hide in the corner, but is that really safe? Check, and he takes here. Is that really safe? All right, let's go. Let's go. I think we've calculated enough. Basically, I want to go g4. You can't take me. We've got a sneaky fork. He cannot take that. Now he can. Now he can. So maybe now I go here. Great. No, we're back. We're back. But we dropped some frames. I'm sorry, guys. I do apologize. I do apologize. I'm just trying to not get checkmated. He wants to go here and here. Okay, that's what's about to happen. So I need to make sure I don't get checkmated. The question is how? c5? Does c5 work for me? Basically, I'm trying to take advantage of all these clever little checks with the fork. But I need to get this rook into the game. That's really what the problem is. Oh, that's a good move, isn't it? That's a good move. Maybe it's a good move. I don't know if it's a good move. Might be a good move. So if we go here, he gets on the 7th. We can play rook d8. And I think we're okay. I'm threatening this. I'm pretty sure he's going to go here. Yeah, I think rook d8. Because if we trade a pair of rooks, I don't have to worry about the two rooks kind of working together to checkmate me. It's not going to be as easy for him to checkmate me. My queen is still going to be effective at picking off weak pawns. So I think we definitely should trade these guys. Now, if this rook was open, that would be a different story. But my pawns are in the way. I have too many pawns. Don't you guys hate it when you have too many pawns? Rook here. I'm going to play rook d8. What if he plays something else? Rook c4. That's a pretty good move, isn't it? Rook c4. Yikes. If I take, check here, check, I might be losing. But how do I deal with that, guys? Check. Oh, actually, I could, hold on. Well, we have to take that, and then I think we have to go here. Actually, this one is not a possibility, but then the check is very dangerous. I don't like the check. Now, ooh, I don't like this. Actually, that's not a problem. Okay, hold on, hold on. So here, This is really interesting, guys. Really, really interesting. And I have to be really careful. This is bad, right? Ooh, rook h6. Maybe rook h6 is a move, and then we come over. I like it. I think we have to defend. This guy is getting really tricky, though. Like, really tricky. I don't know how, but he's turned up the heat. I can feel it. Hopefully I can survive with the rook defending. Okay, only move. Where do I go? Where do I go? If I go up, that looks... No, there's no way that's correct. So here, that's not correct. So it has to be here. Okay, he's going to get a draw. Interesting. I can't stop it. I can't go there in line with the bishop. Well, I can't. So I have to give him the draw if he wants it. Man. He doesn't want to draw. He wants to checkmate me. Okay. So rook c6, I think we lose. Checkmate. What's rook a6? Probably lose somehow. Rook h8. Check. Looks like we lose anyway. I mean, I guess we'll try it. I don't know what happened here, guys. We got to check this one. I don't know what happened here. I really don't know what happened here. Check, check. Okay. I don't know. I'm going to just push my pawns. I'm going to push my pawns while I have the chance. Check, check. He goes there. Uh-huh. So the bishop is pinned, but it's still not good for me. I don't know, guys. I can't even move. I can't even move here. This is awful. Is he just going to do this and checkmate me? He's going to do this and take my rook? Okay. Is that the play? Okay, we're definitely going to check this game afterwards. The way that he keeps repeating the moves, it makes me want to check. And the way that I'm just getting like absolutely blown off the board here. They might just be a strong player, but I'm going to check it just to see what's going on. Because strong players don't usually blunder that obvious tactic and then just come back and smoke you like that. But maybe that's what happens. I don't know. Yeah, okay. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at that game. I have some suspicions, but let's see. Before I say anything, let's check the accuracy. Okay. So that was obviously the blunder. We can see that. What I'm curious about is everything that happened after the blunder, because it was clear he was playing very quickly, missed this tactic. And then what happened? Yeah, right here is where he took a bunch of time. So let's see. No, actually that was a good move. Best engine move. No. Bishop e3 was the engine move. Okay, so maybe it was legit. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it was fine. It's very rare that I get smashed like that from such a winning position, but I don't know. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? It wasn't like every single move was an engine move, so that's maybe legit. I don't know. All right, we're gonna play a new game. B3. We're gonna just grab the center. And I think I will trade this, because if I don't trade it, he's going to play g4. So we'll do that. We'll just bring out the knights. Okay. That's a weird move. He wants to play this. I don't care. I'm going to go bishop d6. I don't think he's going to play that. I think he's going to go like bishop g2 maybe. d3 or d4. I guess you could go there. I guess you could go there. And he does. So what happens if I just move forward? h4? h4, h6? Ooh, you know what I could play? Can I play f6 and then castle with the pin? That's a clever way to get the rook involved. The issue might be... No, actually, even if he plays d3 and I move, I could still castle. Okay, h4, I'm going to play f6, guys. I think that's a nice move. I'm going to play f6 here. We have g6. Not a big deal. We can put the queen somewhere. Yeah, I'm going to play f6. Yeah, the weird thing about that game was obviously they were playing super quick early and blundered. And then it was a big pause. And then it was pretty quick, consistent moves that were very, very strong. So that, I mean, it's possible. It's just suspicious. And I think that person was a legitimate player to where they wouldn't need the engine for the whole game. They would like probably just a couple of those critical moments. Maybe. I could be totally wrong, but it just was weird. You're playing fast. Why did you just pause all of a sudden and then like I just noticed I blundered this pawn. I just realized that. Or did I? Did I blunder the pawn? Knight before. Yeah, I think I blundered the pawn. It's almost like, so there's the queen lined up on the queen. We have a bishop, which if I could throw in the check, I would win the queen. The problem is my knight's in the way, and now I can get rid of it with a check. The problem is he saves his queen. So then when I go check, it's not winning the queen. There's knight b4, which is a threat, but there's also a check. I can play queen e7, trade, and then he just defends with knight a3. Guess I don't have anything. So what I will probably do instead is play queen e7 to stop the queen coming here. So they decide to not take it. And instead play knight c3. Okay. Okay, so what's going on now? The pawn is still hanging. We can push it. And they're not going to want to take it. So they're not going to take it. They're going to move their knight somewhere here. We can trade. They can trade. I take. They take back. I castle. They have the bishop pair, but I have Really active rooks. More control over the center. I like it. I think I like it. You can also move their knight to d5. Or just castle, I think. Yeah, this looks okay. Let's play d4 here. Okay, what's happening? 94, I didn't consider that one for some reason. So I just take it. We're going to take with the queen. I'm going to take here, and then I'm going to castle, and I think I like that position. Alternatively, I castle right away. I don't make this trade. Kind of opens up the bishops. Yeah, maybe we don't make the trade. Let's just castle. So f5 and throw these pawns forward. That's what I'm looking at. If they take, I'm happy. If they push, I think we just push by. I guess I could trade and play queen e8 or knight e7, but if I can just push by and tuck my king in the corner, I'm going to be really safe. I'm going to be really, really safe. So yeah, f5 maybe now. Knight b4 is interesting. King h8 to avoid the check. Bishop b4. Ah, then you stop it and you threaten to come in on c3. I like that. Also, if they take, you now have it defended. Yeah, maybe this is the move. This must be the move, because if we get rid of this bishop, then we can attack their king. Of course, it gives them the option to trade and open up the g file, but it brings my queen out, and I think the queen's a good defender. So I think we're okay in that situation. I'm pretty sure they're going to take this. I'm going to recapture. I don't know. Maybe they won't. Maybe they'll play something like bishop h3. I don't know what they're going to do, actually. Bishop g2. Okay, so they want to go here and trade queens. Okay. Interesting decision. I still think we can play bishop c3. I still think this is a solid move. Does allow the queen trade, but it's not the end of the world if they trade queens. Okay, I'm going to try to put the pressure on the clock here. Ooh, 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 ooh. That's a problem. I should have, although maybe I have some counterplay. Let's see. I was thinking I didn't want to let them mess up my pawns, but maybe I should have allowed it because I needed the file here. Yeah, what am I doing? What am I even doing? G6, I think we have knight h6, and then at least my rooks are ready to go. And they're not disconnected by the knight, so we buy ourselves a little time. If they go for the immediate invasion, it's going to cost them a pawn. And it's getting a little bit wild. Yeah, knight h6 should be okay. I think I misplayed that. I don't think I made wise choices there. But I do have a big time advantage. And if we can get out of this without too much trouble. Okay, let's fight for the file here. Interesting that he just gave it to me. Seems like maybe not the greatest decision. What's his idea? If I play this, he's going to take it? What if I just push? What's the point? Bishop here? Is that what he wants to do? Rook over, takes. Takes. It's a big trade, and it's like a drawn rook ending. If I go here. I mean, I guess we have to do it, don't we? Is there any chance that g6 could be the move to play? Actually, it could be the move to play. It could be the move to play. The point is, I'm going to try to win both of these pawns. That's the point. Now, I don't know if I can do it. But I'm going to try to win both of these pawns and have a passed pawn left over to win the game. That's my plan, guys. Stopping the king. The idea is to build a bridge here, I think they call it, to block the rook and win with the pawn. That's the plan. He's gonna sacrifice his rook though, which I don't like, but I think we can still win. Maybe not, man. I don't know. It's going to be real close, guys. It's going to be real close. I think we did it. I think we did it. I think we... Okay. Whew. I needed that one. I needed that one. I wonder... That's going to be a really interesting endgame to look at because I think mistakes were made on both sides. Let's see. Okay, so opening did not really go well for me. F6 was actually a bad move. Yeah, because he could have just taken on D5. Lucky for us, didn't do it. And then... yeah, that was an awful decision. I should have just taken this way. Allowed this to happen. I'm fine. Putting my knight back here was really bad because of this. I have no way to fight for the file because I disconnected my rooks. Very bad decision. And so at this point, I'm just trying to hold on. If he would have played G6, knight H6, and then just invaded, I'm in big trouble. I'm in big trouble. I think I was going to go for this, but... oh, I didn't even see this move. Look at this move. Rook H6. G7. Wow. I'm dead. Oh, man. I did not see that at all. Okay, so F4 was a mistake. And then I'm curious about G6. G6 is the best move. Keeping the pawn alive. Because you have to understand, these are weak. There's a very good chance with the help of my king and rook is going to be able to take these. And that's exactly what we saw in the game, right? This one lone pawn ended up being a hero. If I would have gone for this instead, it's probably just a draw. I mean, this is just totally equal. Most likely, it's just going to end in a draw. So I think G6 was a really good move. And then I captured these. Great Lives helps you improve and fall asleep. Great to learn from an NM. Hey, thanks. I appreciate it. I'm glad it's helpful before bed. Okay, let's see. So he sacrifices the pawn. We push. We push. Only move for black is rook h6 to win, which is what I played, so that's great. Rook f6. King f4, yeah, so this is correct. This is correct. This is correct. I'm winning. I'm just totally winning. Wow. See, sometimes I feel like when I'm calculating, I overestimate like how quickly the pawns can push. This guy is actually a hero, believe it or not. Because if this guy wasn't here, these pawns would just be rolling down the board super quick. But they can't because, you know, if you just push, I'm just going to take them, right? I take and I win a pawn. So this guy's kind of the hero, which is really fascinating. And so, yeah, I was just winning all along, apparently. Yeah, this was a good move, rook f5. So here's what I was thinking, guys. White wants to push their pawns. That's the only chance they have. If they don't push their pawns, they can't win. So I've already blockaded this one. By going here, I've now blockaded this one, which only gives them two. Oh, and also I stopped their king from coming forward, right? So the only options they have to push their pawns are the B pawn and the A pawn. Well, if you push the A pawn, I'm real happy. Now you've really made it hard on yourself. And I'm probably just going to chill. Maybe I'll bring the rook down in this way or whatever. So the only move I was potentially worried about was b6. But then I realized, check this out. After a6 here, I can go for the skewer from behind. Let him get the queen. Skewer it. And I'm winning. Look at that. You don't have to get so fancy. You can also come here and take it, but this one looks cooler. So once I realized that, I guess that we were just winning. And they decided to instead do... No, they did play b6, and then they played, what? Yeah, c5. Just let me take it. But now if you push, I just go there and take it, and they have no way through. Really interesting endgame. But, okay, probably the most useful takeaway for you guys watching is when you're pushing a pawn like this, you want to use your rook to shield it from this guy. Because if you don't do that, for example, and you just think to yourself, okay, I'll just push it. Look at that. Your advantage is gone. Because what's going to happen is he's going to go behind. And what are you going to do now? Now you don't have time to come down here. You just lose your pawn. And yeah, you can try to bring your king up. But white's going to start pushing their pawns. And pushing their pawns. And yeah, you can go here. But look at this. Now you actually lose. Because now you've wasted so much time. The pawns are going to win. See? There's no pawn to stop them. And this time you're too late. This is a win for white. These pawns are going to win. For example, you try to come down and stop him. He just pushes. He just pushes. Remember, 2 pawns on the 6th rank will always beat a rook. And you have no way to stop these guys. No way. Right? So, the key move is remembering to shield and get your rook behind. Because once you do that, they only have one option. They have to waste time coming all the way. They have to waste essentially 2 moves. 2 moves that instead of pushing their pawns, they're spent moving their rook back there. And then they have to waste another move here because I'm attacking it, taking the pawn. So they have to waste all those moves so we get a similar situation, but it's much better. So remember that idea. Okay? That's the trick. All right, guys, don't forget. There's a free newsletter. It's like 2-minute video lessons straight to your inbox. Short. It's like 1 key takeaway. I pinned it. It's also in the description, so you can sign up for that if you want. Chess Vibes Academy is launching later this month. We talked about it earlier, but essentially it's like a collection of courses that are going to be there that you can just watch whenever you want, including the new Ponziani one. Scandinavian one's going to be in there. Basically everything except Breaking 1500 is in Chess Vibes Academy. And then also it's like monthly boot camps where we kind of learn together. There's like videos that drop for a week in a row with homework. You watch them, you do the homework, and then we have a live stream at the end and everybody asks questions. If you struggled with anything, we talk about it. That's basically it. And there's different ones each month. And it's going to be a lot cheaper than Breaking 1500. And so that's what's happening. I am going to go. I think this is a good one to stop on. We did lose quite a few points, but played some tough opponents, and I blundered a few games away, unfortunately. So, yeah, if you signed up, you should be getting the emails soon. Generally, it's once a week. We just tweaked it to where you should get like 1 or 2, like the day or 2 after you sign up. We just made that change, like, I think, earlier today. So, Yeah, thank you guys. And I will see you next time. It was fun, as always. Take it easy, Rob. Appreciate you. Yeah, Chess Vibes Academy is going to be great. It's going to be a lot of fun. Is Eric streaming now? I don't think there's a way to raid on YouTube like you can on Twitch, right? Does anybody know? Is there a way to do that? I don't think so. Let me see. No, I don't think I have any options to do that, unfortunately. That would be a cool feature. If YouTube ever watches this video, they should add that. Oh, there is? No. Seriously? Is it built into YouTube? Wait a second. Insert ad. No, don't want to do that. Display ads. No. Share. How do I do that? You've seen it? Are you sure? Are you guys sure about that? I mean, I don't see an option. So if there's a way, I don't know how to do it. Like, there's no button that says, like, I did it once before. Are you serious? How did I do that? Hold up. Did I do it before? How do I not remember that? Although YouTube's been changing all kinds of stuff recently, so maybe it used to be there and they changed it. I don't know. I'm looking at all the settings right now, and I don't see anything. Only with vertical? Okay, well, unfortunately, I don't know how to do that. Let's see. Is it underneath these settings? Hold on. Customization. Oh, redirect. Is it a redirect? Hold on. Oh, let's see. Okay, hold on. Add a live stream or... Oh, okay. Hold on. Maybe this is it. Oh, okay. Hold up. Let's do that. Let's see. I'm clicking on Eric Rosen's stream. Okay, maybe it's gonna work. Yeah, live redirect. Thank you guys. Okay, so in theory, when I end, it should go over to his channel. Let's see if this works. I'm gonna save it, and maybe you guys can let me know if it works. Let me just see what happens. I guess I just end. I don't know. I guess I just end the stream. Your stream will stop immediately, and anyone who's watching will be sent here. Cool. All right, guys, take it easy. You can watch Eric Rosen. I don't know what he's playing in. Take Arena, something on Lee Chess. But yeah, cool. Thanks, guys. See ya.